Hey everybody, it's the Zen Witch. Happy Friday. That means it's Oracle Unboxing Day, and I'm particularly happy about this one because it's a birthday present. This is the Isis Oracle that I just got not even a week ago. I have not done a reading with it yet. I've looked at it, but that's all. The Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I mean, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. Nice sturdy box. This is by Blue Angel Publishing, so this is the standard for their decks. And the attribution on the box is just Alana Fairchild. There's some images. Awaken the High Priestess within. The high priest or priestess within you walks the path of divine love, power, and wisdom. This is the path of spiritual self-mastery, where we are initiated through the darkness of struggle into the light of love. Learn to apply the ancient mystery teachings of Isis in practical ways to help you navigate through the experiences and challenges in your daily life. Allow the goddess, this sacred priestess, initiate, magician, and healer to help you reactivate your own soul talents of healing, magic, and more, as you journey with her from darkness and uncertainty into light, love, and power. So, here we go. One of my favorite colors inside. I love deep, rich blues. And then a lot of Blue Angel decks just have like a piece of paper to protect. I guess it protect. Nice book. Nice full-length book. I want to see the artist. Okay, Alana Fairchild. Artwork. Interesting. Copyright 2013 by Alana Fairchild. This printing 2020. Artwork copyright 2013 Blue Angel Gallery. But then we go down farther and it says Guidebook and Card Messages by Alana Fairchild. Card artwork by Jimmy Manton. So immediately I want to go to the back and see if there is something about the artist. Yes. So about the author. I often wonder how to describe my work, so she just talks about what she does. Also by Alana Fairchild, the Kuan Yin Oracle, which I have. That's a fabulous deck. Live stream last night, my friend Darcy was using that deck. Journey of Love Oracle cards. Sacred Rebels Oracle, I have that one too. Mother Mary Oracle. Crystal Angels 444 and Crystal Masters 333. Jimmy Manton is an award-winning illustrator whose work has been featured in numerous publications and magazines. So, it seems to me that this is where the publishing company retains the artist and just pays them for this body of work that then the publishing company holds the copyright to. It doesn't say, that the artist holds the copyright. I'm fascinated to know how all these things work out. And as ever, I'm always chagrined when the artist, you open this box and you look at the front, you don't go, wow, that writing is great. You go, look how beautiful that artwork is. And to not have him mentioned anywhere but the very back of the book makes me sad. It has illustrated Gods and Titans Oracle, Goddesses and Sirens Oracle, both with Stacey DeMarco, based in Australia. It says Earth Power Oracle, Halloween Oracle, and Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. He has contributed to the following publications. Oh, so I do have a Stacey DeMarco. I thought her name was familiar. Halloween Oracle. All right, anyway, book comes later. Let's look at the cards. Here's the back, an absolutely glorious scarab. I love his artwork immediately because it's deep, it's rich, it has a realistic look to it, but it's also very dynamic. These cards are arranged alphabetically. So we start off with Abundance of Sothis, Stellar Blessings of the Celestial Goddess of Abundance. Ancient Power Mysteries, hear the rattle of Isis playing. Cartouche, Divine Names of Power. I'm going to scoot this back a little bit because I've got the charcoal on. The charcoal is on, it is lit, and I'm feeling the heat, and I could just see myself like dipping this in the fire, so we're not going to do that. Chariot of Ascension, Spiritual Work of the Highest Initiate. Divine Destiny, Path of the Divine Warrior. And there is a little bit of, my sister-in-law looked at these cards and went, oh, so we have the Hollywood Cleopatra. And, you know, definitely the model face and all that. And, you know, why not make her beautiful? But I'm also looking at the fact that that makeup is not out of line for an Egyptian queen. They wore coal, they put crushed lapis on their eyes, they wore wigs, they made themselves up. Divine Guardian, Protection of the Winged Mother. Divine Sisterhood, Community of the Spiritual Sisters and Brothers of the Light. Divine Sunchild, Blessings of the Sun Falcon. So I'm interested here in that the like the names Divine Sunchild, and then there's something underneath where usually you get pithy keywords, you know, keywords of just here's the main points of the meaning of this card. Here I don't get that. I see Divine Sunchild, Blessings of the Sun Falcon, but that doesn't really give me, I mean, other than intuition, what is sun? Things being in the light of day, bright and creative and everything else. But is that what this card is really about? I don't know from what it says. Enter the Chamber of Healing. Healing in the Divine Chamber of the Lady Isis. Eye of Horus, Awakening Divine Perception. Now see, that one tells me. Awakening Divine Perception, seeing with a higher perspective. Seeing through empowered eyes. You know, I was thinking, how do you see like a god? Well, you are the creator. You see with an empowered view. Flower of Life, Divine Creativity and Manifestation. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Goddess of the 10,000 Names. Isis, Endless Emanations of the Priestess. Healing the Divine Masculine. Osiris Rises. Wow. That's powerful. The concept of healing the Divine Masculine is exactly what we need right now. High Priestess, Mysteries Revealed in the Eyes of Isis. Initiation, Spiritual Testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. Key of Life, Spinning the Ankh, the Key of Life. So I wonder, you know, when you have, and that's not how an Ankh was held, by the way. That's the handle. It's a key. So that's inaccurate. The Knot of Isis, Energetic Stabilization with the Buckle of the Beloved. So yes, this is also called the Buckle of Isis. And I wonder if that looks like anything to any of you. It definitely is a graphic version of something very real, and I wonder if anybody knows. If you do, put it down below. Lady of the Stars, the Priestess of Sirius. So it is, you know, very Hollywood and dashing and everything else. I'm terribly drawn. The artwork is gorgeous. There is Life Restored, Priestess of the Phoenix. Look at that. Look at that. It's like is that a rhinoceros beetle? Not a scarab. So what's on the back there, that's not a scarab beetle. Is it? I mean, okay, we'll find out. Magic and Ritual, Crafting Sacred Practice. Now see, that one tells me what it's about. Miracle of Isis, Miraculous Healing of the Goddess. Mother of Life, Nourishment of the Golden Grain Mother. Past Life, Present Power, The Many Spiritual Faces of You. Pillar of Light, Descent of the Star of Isis. Portal of Light, She Glides on Wings Through Time and Space. Power over 7 Scorpions, Power to Conjure Lower Vibrational Forces. Proper Burial for Freedom, Sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. Okay, I get what that... Proper burial for freedom means you bury something, so you quit digging it up and then you can be free and move on. Pyramid of Light, Step Your Vibration Deeper into Love. Okay. Queen of Heaven, blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies. Rising Sun, the Divine Solar Child reborn. Scales of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Soul Retrieval, Deep Soul Healing with the Goddess. Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Goddess. Stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. Talismans of Potency, Charging Sacred Objects of Power. Temple of Black Obsidian, the Dark Healing Chamber. Temple of Carnelian, Entering the Fierce Belly of Sekhmet. Ooh. Temple of Lapis Lazuli, Goddess of the Ancient Skies. The Brother in Darkness, Overcoming Negative Energy with Feminine Power. The Dark Mysteries, Enter the Chamber of the Dark Goddess. The Lunar Queen, she of the Celestial Crescent. Truths Unveiled, the Revelation of Isis. Wings of Isis, Uniting with the Angelic Self. And then, was that? No, there's another one, isn't there? Nope, they're just very thick cards. Okay, so things like this, I'm looking at this. Truths Unveiled, the Revelation of Isis. And then there are other ones where it's like Chariot of Ascension, Spiritual Work of the Higher Initiate. So that's like a title and a name, but this seems more like the name, the Revelation of Isis, and Truths Unveiled being what that means. So very interesting stuff here. I'm going to bless this deck because I have not actually done that yet. And what I'm using here, I have fireplace matches, the great big long ones, for when the 7-day candles start going down and you can't reach to light them. And after I light them the first time, of course you're not going to burn it all the way down, so I keep the sticks and continue to use them because I hate to waste that. All that trouble of whittling down a tree to a tiny little stick, and then you're going to let it go to waste. Okay, let me put that over there. Okay. Sage. And then let's bless with salt and water. And then with the fire of Azrael. All right. Let's take a look through the book, and then we'll ask for a card. So this has an introduction to the Isis Oracle. What is an initiate of the light? Why all the emphasis on beings who love me unconditionally? What is the best way to do the rituals and guided meditations? How do I use this deck? Then there's a reading called The Golden Son of Horus, which is 9 cards. And the categories, we have the issue at hand at the deepest level, deepest spiritual level, the spiritual lesson you've been learning up until now in relation to the core issue, the spiritual lesson, guidance, or gift that is coming in the near future on this matter, which will help you move through it, hidden forces that you do not recognize consciously as yet that are part of what is happening and why, the effects of the world, relationships, other people, or situations apparently beyond your control over this situation. What do I need to know about this issue now from my higher guidance? What do I need to do now from my higher guidance? I ask that my higher guidance help me see any pitfalls or mistakes to avoid for a quicker and easier solution. What is the highest possible healing outcome hiding in this situation? I want to boil this down. Okay, the core issue. The current lesson, the past and current lesson, the lesson that's coming in the near future, what you need to be aware of, the blocks, things that are not in your control. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? What are the pitfalls and mistakes to avoid? What's the biggest mistake I can make? What's the highest outcome? That was a little wordy. And then we've got the Wing of Isis. What is the real issue for me right now on a spiritual level? See, okay, I have a problem with this. Yes, we need information about the spiritual truths of what we're going through. I mean, when we're here on a spiritual path, we are looking to clear old karma. We are looking to move forward as a soul. But you can't do that without practical information. You can have, spiritual information, but you still have to address that in practical terms because they're not separate. They're not separate, folks. The spiritual is political. The spiritual is practical. Walk your talk. That's what walk your talk means. On a practical level, it has to reflect your spiritual values. And when we get bogged down in life, we're usually not really spiritually bogged down. We get bogged down because things aren't working right in life, So anyway, all right, what's the real issue on a spiritual level? How can I best heal that in my day-to-day life? Okay, thank you. That's practical. What will the gift or outcome of this be? What is the biggest challenge or opportunity for me? What special guidance is there to help me resolve this in the best way now? Okay. So, special safety notice for those on medication with health, psychological, or emotional issues. Please liaise with your doctor, therapist, or healthcare practitioner whilst doing this work. If applicable, have someone monitor your levels of medication. There may be a need to change this if you are doing deep energy work on a regular basis. If your practitioner doesn't believe in this stuff, then find one that does or seek additional support. Yeah, I would be careful about going to, it is possible to have a fabulous doctor who isn't down with this spiritual stuff. So before I would go in and pooch my relationship with my doctor by, throwing something at them that they're not ready to hear, counselor. I would talk to your counselor about it, certainly your therapist. Even if the first suggestion doesn't apply to you because you're not on medication, supervision is recommended either physically, emotionally, or spiritually. You are an initiate, and you will have big growth spiritually this lifetime. It's a gift and responsibility. Okay, supervision may come in the form of a class with a teacher, spiritual healing, or group mentoring sessions, for example. And then there's responsibility. That one was supervision. This one is you know yourself better than anyone else does. If someone else thinks that they know better than you what you need, be very careful of this person. Consider their advice if you feel to do so, but always come back to your own heart. Who better to take responsibility for you than you? You are worth the effort, enough said. Then we have a note from Isis herself. I have loved you since ancient times, dear child of the light, initiate of the soul path. I honor your light and seek to serve your growth. Even through darkest challenge, I am there with you, urging you to seek the light through the darkness and realize that you will always triumph with love in your heart. I honor your service to the path that I serve, the path of ancient feminine power, the path of healing, love, and the mysteries of life, death, and rebirth. Power to you, beloved initiate, love to you. What joy there is in meeting you again this lifetime. Your sister priestess in light and love, Isis. So yeah, very good. That's very nice. I like that a lot. Okay, card messages. So let's go to the deck now because that's the rest of the book is just the meanings of the cards. So I'm going to do a couple this way. And again, we have a deck that there aren't that many cards, and I don't even know how many there are. And that note from Isis is on the back of the book as well. Okay, I'm going to count these. Bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 44. There are 44 cards. I had to, sorry. Mercury and Virgo. But we've got, a rather large deck. Ooh, they shuffle kind of nicely that way. So, there's always a challenge with the size of the deck on how to shuffle and what's going to work best. So a couple that way. Now let's do it this way. They're a little, they're matte. There's not a shine to them. If you can see the matte surface, which is beautiful. But it creates friction. They don't slip against each other too easily. So I've got chunks of cards here. I'm going to try to unchunk them a little bit. And this is why I like shuffling head to head, because when you can, it really intersperses all the cards and breaks up those consecutive clumps. Let's try this again. Pretty good. Let's do one more of those, and then, all right, and then we'll go this way. Okay, 3 of these. I'm just connecting with my Egyptian roots and asking for a message from Isis, dear mother. And there it is. Pyramid of Light. This card caught my attention when I was going through, and I was thinking and didn't say. I love seeing an image of what the pyramids may have looked like. Originally when they had white marble or granite or whatever was on it that was shiny white with a gold capstone. Okay, Pyramid of Light. And all I asked for was just a message. I didn't have a specific question to frame. Step your vibration deeper into love. Now, okay, in the book, under each, no, not under each. Okay. Interesting, because all the rest of them just have what's on the front of the card, but this one says Pyramid of Light and in parentheses psychic protection. Step your vibration deeper into love. There's a lot to read here. So this really does look like, not having read any meaning yet, like it would be a deck to use for really walking your spiritual path. And as she was saying in the beginning, really going down the path of an initiate. So, as a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. Yes, when you're healing, when you're shifting your energies, when you're in process, deeply in process, and things are changing, absolutely, you become more vulnerable, is what that's saying. There is nothing to fear and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you now to deal with any undesired interference. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is time now to end that interference with love and compassion. So, the Oracle brings you confirmation you're growing spiritually, and as such there are higher levels of responsibility and skill required of you to continue to thrive and blossom to even deeper places of spiritual expansion. So, when we are on that spiritual path and things start to unfold and, magic happens, synchronicities happen, we start to feel the connection happening. And we get into a place where it's like you get into the swing of things, you integrate, you internalize all the lessons that you're learning, and life goes, and your life starts responding and growing and blossoming. And then, the wheel turns, things start going down, you start kind of bogging down. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? Well, that's time to level up. It is time to go back to practice or add to your practice or deepen your practice. Something is requiring more skill and responsibility. So that's what they're talking about here, is it's time to level up. But actually, they're talking about psychic protection. So leveling up your skills in keeping yourself protected and in filtering out your experience. All right, so it says the same thing has become, sometimes when you're growing your light, darker energies become more interested in you. She's just expounding on what that little statement is that I read. The ritual below will clear you at any time you feel there are other forces interfering with your free will or life plans. Sometimes you just sense blocks that you know are not coming from within you and you know are not serving the higher unfoldment. and they need to be released. You can use this ritual or a skilled spiritual healer to help you with this process, but know that what you most need is a compassionate heart and enough confidence to realize that you alone give or revoke permission for any being to be connected with your energy field, seeking to exert influence over your thoughts, actions, or life choices, either consciously or not. That's a hell of a sentence. Okay, so the Pyramid of Light says you may have beings who think they are helping you, but are not of unconditional love, and therefore are better to be released from your energy field. These beings may or may not be in physical form. They may or may not appear as very spiritual teachers or helpers. Okay, I want to say something here about the rebound relationships with friends and with relationships. So like they're saying here, when you're evolving, some things may be attracted to you. And when you're deeply healing and you're kind of vulnerable and raw, you can attract relationships to you that are invested in you staying in that raw place. So this is one of the things that they can be talking about is, and then, then you complete your healing and you think, oh my God, how did I get into this relationship? And you have to make adjustments. So, all right, Ritual of the Pyramid of Light. So you've got to sit and imagine and visualize. So it's a big visualization. It's hard to do these things when you have to read them. You can't really read them and fully do them. So these kind of things, it's nice to just record yourself doing them. There's a free app called Audacity that makes it very easy to do that. And then you can read it as a guided imagery thing, and then you can follow along with your own reading. And there's an incantation at the end, so let's read that. You can say this incantation to call on the highest psychic protection and cleansing at any time. It also just feels really good. Okay, let's go. Get yourself grounded and comfortable. I am love. I am light. To manage my own energy field, I have every right. Compassion, peace, and strength I am. I witness the dark with peace in my heart. In my energy, there is peace only for love. There is space, In my energy, there is space only for love. That is unconditional and gentle as the dove. I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. Now, what's coming through to me there is if it's not unconditional, it's not really love. Love is a bond. Love is a bond between two people. And, to set conditions on that bond is to put blocks on that love. And to, what do I want to say here? To pull it out of this, holy realm. And, I don't know what I want to say. It's just not, I don't know. At any rate, this is the call to psychic protection. So, started off talking about sitting down, and let's take a look again. Here it is. So you're going to sit with your back straight, and you are going to feel an enormous shining eye of the divine gazing out from the center of the sun. Imagine that this enormous eye in the center of the sun is made of pure white light with flecks of neon violet in the center. Ooh, I can see it. And around the edges of every light particle. The light is electric violet, alive, and powerful with spiritual energy. I know that color. It's the color of spiritual energy. Imagine this huge eye as a powerful point of light above your head. Then visualize, sense, perceive, or intend that this point of light shoots out in 4 different distinct directions, landing as 4 separate points beneath you, forming a square base for your pyramid of light, with each point joining together. And this is, when you, if you go and bury crystals at the cardinal points around your home, and then when you do prayer and ritual, and of course you're going to have a 5th crystal that you keep on your altar, When you do your prayer work, you do your ritual work, and you raise energy, it activates that grid, or whenever you put your mind to it. If you do the magic and plant those crystals, whenever you put your mind to it, you activate that grid. And imagine those lines coming up into the air to a point, and what do you have? You have a pyramid. Okay. The base of the pyramid of light is filled with electric violet light. Each of the four corners, it shoots up above your head, forming the apex. You're completely encompassed in your pyramid of light. Okay. Each star of light within your pyramid aligns with each of your 7 energy centers. Okay, so within the pyramid you see 7 stars of light form, and they're made of pure white light with neon violet at the middle. At the center, so these stars align with your chakras, then 2 additional stars form above the crown and beneath your body in the earth. And you finally allow 4 smaller stars to form in the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. And you are contained within your pyramid of light. And then you do this, say aloud with a firm, peaceful, and loving voice that does not waver. As a sovereign being of light, I now claim full ownership of my energy field, and any being or entity that is draining my energy or fueling me with fear no longer has my permission to be in my energy field. You must leave, beloveds. I honor you and wish you well, but you cannot stay here anymore, and you cannot return. Of my own free will and through divine grace and the protection of unconditional love, this is now so. So be it. Nice. Repeat this statement up to 3 times if you feel the need for it. Boy, I don't. And then say the following aloud once. I ask that this pyramid be held in place for the coming week or for however long serves my highest good. I program it to deflect negative energies and allow negative energies to continue to leave my body, mind, and energy field. I also program it to allow positive energies to enter and remain in my body, mind, and energy field. Through the grace of the divine and my own free will, so be it. Hell of a great ritual. So as with her Kuan Yin deck, this deck is more about ritual than reading. And I am quite sure that as you work with this deck, you can boil things down to, for each card so that it really is a divinatory deck. But as a deck to just kind of do a reading and look it up in the book, it's going to take you a long, long time. But so worth doing these rituals. So worth doing these rituals. I mean, I think what I'll do, and those instructions were simple enough that you sit and get quiet. If you're used to ritual, if you're used to meditating, it isn't a far stretch. It's just that we're going to put 4 points out in the 4 directions, and they're going to shoot light up, and then we're going to have 7 stars here, and we're going to have a star above the crown and a star below the root, and form this pyramid of light around us, and we're going to be safe and secure in that. Then just have the thing next to you to read out loud when it's time. Ask it to stay. And that's one thing with Egyptian rituals. There's not a formal closing down. In the goddesses, what's the name? The Witch's Goddess, yes, the Farrers, Janet Stewart Farrer, the Witch's Goddess. There is a chapter to Isis, and there's an Egyptian ritual there. And at the end, you don't thank the quarters, send them off, and close the circle. You tell the temple, please stay in place for as long as you want to. Leave when you want, So I really kind of like that. But yeah, great. As Alana Fairchild is, she's certainly a priestess. She certainly writes beautiful rituals. And it certainly is a deck that you can adapt to be a really nice divinatory tool. So thank you, my Peanutty, for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck that I vibe with so much. It is my belief that Egypt was my first stop on this samsara go-round. So I have always vibed so very strongly with Egypt, and I will be doing these rituals, perhaps in a video one day. You never know. I don't know if they could hit me for copyright violation with that. I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being with me. Hit the donate button below if you feel like donating to my collection, which is now 188 strong, I believe. Never enough. I will see you on Monday for another tarot unboxing, and until then, please stay safe, and please wear your masks, and please wash your hands, and please enjoy your life and love everybody around you. This is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.